rejuvenated are you? I mean, it was overseas for 10 days. You've been back now, 8 days, but do you feel like you're reacclimated to just body clock-wise and everything?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. It only took us a couple days to get back. Yeah, we're excited for the upcoming game against Philly. Great opportunity, coming off a bye, so we'll see.
How much of a grind? I mean, now it's 12 consecutive games.
Yeah, I mean, as an NFL athlete who's been doing this for a long time, I don't think you think about it like that. You just take it 1 week at a time, and, we know how to get our bodies back, right? So you just take it one step at a time, and before you know it, it'll be the end of the season.
How do you evaluate these first 5 games?
I think it's pretty good. I think there's a lot of positive, a lot of things that we got to improve on, and I think for us, it's just being consistent. You know what I mean? Can't have 3 good plays, 1 bad play. You know what I mean? So for us, we're just continuing to grow as a defense and as a team, and we'll get there.
How about individually? How do you evaluate your play so far?
I think it's been pretty good. Obviously, there's a lot of things I still got to improve on myself. Like I said, we're just kind of working every day. No expectations in us, just standards on how we live and how we play every day, and yeah.
Are there certain things you can pinpoint in terms of the offense having success running the ball against you?
Against us, I think it's 11 guys being on the same page. You can't have 10 guys doing it right and 1 guy kind of not on page. So I think for us, it's just getting everybody on the same page consistently, and if we do that, we'll be happy with the results.
How about just tackling? I mean, maybe it sounds simple, but it seems like you guys have missed a good amount of tackles.
Yeah, we have, and I think that's something that we all know that we got to improve. And one thing that'll help that out is just having more guys to the ball. So running to the ball is going to be a key for us this week, and we're excited about the opportunity to go out there and show what we've been working on.
I suppose you have a ton of knowledge about the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I've been playing them twice a year for my entire career, so I know the physicality they want to bring, and we're excited to be able to match that.
Although it's not the same offensive line, right? I mean, there's been some changes there, so maybe it's not quite the same offense that you're used to.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, the last thing we need to do is underestimate Philly. They are the reigning Super Bowl champions for a reason. So we're going to it, focusing on what we have to do to improve, and we're excited to see to show you guys what we've been working on.
Here we go, man. All of a sudden, it's like refuel, and the rest of the season is game on. Let's start with Jalen Hurts. What's it like to play against him as a physical quarterback and all that?
Yeah, defending champs. Definitely looking forward to a physical game. I know they're going to definitely try to get back on track. They're on a 2-game lose streak. So they're going to try to come back, get on track, run the ball, try to make the game a little bit more simple for them, and obviously try to get to what they do best.
What was Hurts like to defend?
Man, it's going to be just like pretty much every dual threat we play so far, man. You got to try to knock him off schedule. Try to keep him in the pocket at times, don't let him just make easy plays on his legs by giving up easy pass rush lanes and stuff like that. But I look forward to him, even in the quarterback running game, definitely just being stout in the run game and getting off blocks for real and making tackles. And it's going to be a physical game, for sure.
When you play on the defense, you try to make it, you try to approach it like, hey, we got to win this game for the team. In other words, even though it's not that you don't rely on the offense, but you need that mindset.
Yeah, we do it every single game, regardless. Like whether our offense is put up 40, 50, whatever the case may be, or none. Our mindset is to go out there and listen, we're going to go out there and win a game. And it has to be that way, especially in this game, in this league. We got to create turnovers because we can score too. And if we can do that, it definitely only just helps our chances to win.
Do you believe the mindset of creating turnovers creates turnovers?
100%. You create a turnover, you got to, I think, increase your chances, 83%, something like that. So, yeah.
So how much fun is it when you get to play a team that's with their record and you guys and all this goes with it?
It's super fun. This is something that we look forward to. We're going to go out there and do what we got to do to get the dub.
What do you see in their defense?
A lot, man. They fly around. They got a lot of good DBs. We're not really sure who's going to play out there, but, the DBs that they got out there right now, they're pretty good. They're solid. The safeties is pretty good as well. Of course, they beat their defensive line, but I feel like we're going to get after them, though.
You made some plays that second half to win a game. What does that do for your confidence and feeling good? You get 2 weeks in between the game, all that. What does that do for you?
It always feels good to score a touchdown, but right now I'm just trying to shake back to myself and get in my groove.
Is there a big difference between Carson or JJ for you in terms of how you read a quarterback?
Say that again?
Is there a big difference between how you work with a quarterback, whether it's JJ or Carson, or is it much the same for a receiver?
Nah, it's the same. My job is to get open and catch the ball, so that's what I'm going to do.
Just get open and find me.
That's all it is.
Number 3, right?
Come on now.
You're playing the Super Bowl champs. And
yes, sir.
What's that like, in the NFL when you get the big matchups like this?
Obviously, we want to go out there and compete. We want to go against the best. That's our mindset here. Obviously, they're a good team, a great quarterback, great O-line. They got some weapons on the outside. A.J. Brown, Smith, obviously, can take the deep ball down the shot. So, you got to come in, stick to our keys, stick to the game plan, and go out there and ball.
And they got the +1 with Jalen Hurts in terms of coming for the run, right?
Yes, sir, definitely. A dual threat quarterback. We know he could get out the pocket, make some plays, so we've been talking about that as well, just trying to keep him in the pocket and that type of stuff. So, yeah, we're going to get ready for Sunday.
They're a tough team. That's what you guys want to be too. The identity is to be tough. tough.
Definitely. You know, I feel like our whole schedule for now is tough. So we got to go out there, take it game by game. Obviously, go on 1-0 this week. But obviously, we know what's ahead of us, and we got to, just stay on track with ourselves. Got to stick to the game plan and just keep working and go from game to game.
Feels like it's been a long time since you played at US Bank Stadium. Does it feel that way to you guys?
It definitely does. Obviously, that two-week break out there felt good, obviously, to be out there. But definitely, it feels nice to have a home game and get able to stay in front of our fans at our home game for sure.
Let's start away from the football field. Did I see on social media last week was a pretty special week in your world?
Yeah, I got engaged, so yeah, that's one of my little highlights of the bye week.
All right, so just how did you go about asking?
I made her think it was a private dinner for my mom, so that was the only way to get her dressed up and get her nails done and everything like that. So it was pretty nice, pretty nice.
How surprised was she?
She almost fell to her knees, but I'm surprised she stayed up though. But it was good.
Have you guys set a date yet?
Nah, we're looking for July next year.
All right, let's get to football. How special is this week for you?
Just Minnesota Vikings versus Philadelphia Eagles. I'm trying to make the game bigger than it has to be. It's not Isaiah Rodgers' revenge game or anything like that. It's all love, for me over there. And I know it's vice versa. Me, the fan base, me and the front office over there, everything still cool.
Did they have interest in retaining you and just things happen really fast and that's how you ended up here in Minnesota?
Yeah, no, they definitely, that was the only team, I was, conversating with at the time. It was back and forth for a couple months, but, I ended up here.
How recharged do you feel? I mean, it was 10 days overseas. Sometimes it takes a while to get acclimated back over here, but do you feel acclimated at this point?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go out. I adjusted quickly, and I had to log back in to get ready for the proposal. So I think once that time is shifted over, I was pretty good.
How much of a grind is just this stretch? I mean, it's now 12 consecutive games.
Yeah. Gotta be ready for at the time when the schedule dropped, we didn't want an early bye like that, but coming off of 2 international games, I feel like it's perfect timing, especially dealing with our injuries having our team. So perfect time for our bye week.
You certainly have intimate knowledge of the Eagles' offense. What sticks out?
There's a lot of playmakers over there. I feel like you can't come to the game looking at the stats or things like that. You got to give them the respect that they earn. There's a lot of playmakers over there, and they can turn it on and make it a game anytime they want.
How surprised are you, though? I'm looking at the passing numbers. I mean, they're like bottom of the league in terms of passing the ball.
I just know that, they can, Jalen can do what Jalen needs to do, and AJ and Smith can find a way to get open. Saquon can catch the ball, and Dallas got over there as well. So you just got to lock in and go into the game with a full amount of respect.
And then I think about Devontae Smith. I mean, Heisman Trophy winner, right?
Yeah, definitely. He earned my respect before I even, went to the Eagles. But, practicing with those guys, I know what they're capable of. So you just can't go in the game and look at the stat sheet.
Like now you've had time to reflect upon the Cleveland game. Just how impressive, how satisfying was that performance from you?
It was awesome. I mean, I think, speaking for the O-line, it was an awesome challenge. And we had some guys, I was in a new spot. Joe Huber stepping up, undrafted free agent man, going out there and playing his tail off. So it was an awesome group effort. And I feel like we played connected and could rely on each other. And it was special for sure.
I mean, just how crazy for you, though. And I know you've gotten practice reps at the center position, but like to do it in an actual game had to be crazy.
Yeah, no, it was, Jergs isn't going to be able to play on Monday, and so Cooper, our line coach, talks to me, and I'm like, let's do it, man. And there's almost something freeing about it because you just got to cut it loose, especially once a game, Sunday rolls around. So it was awesome. And, great to get a win. And like I said, I was able to lean on guys when I needed them, so that made a huge difference as well.
I mean, the beauty of you is your versatility, but is it possible center is your best position?
I just want to play, so wherever that may be, if it's tackle, guard, center, tight end, hopefully not running back or quarterback, but yeah, I mean, wherever I'm needed, that's where I want to play.
Am I right that you've played 4 of the 5, so right tackle is the only one you haven't played in a game?
Yeah, I've never played right tackle, funny enough. Brian's just, I know he's hurt right now, but he's always been so healthy, which is awesome, and, hope to get him back real soon, so.
I mean, just how crazy is it that you're not that much of a veteran? You're a vet, but not like the seasoned vet, right?
Sure.
And you've played 4 positions.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I think it just comes back to, I was just talking to someone about it, but it's scout team reps. When you're not penciled in as the guy that's going to be the day one starter, being prepared to play as many positions as possible gives you the best opportunity to get on the field. And so, over my, for the majority of my career, I haven't been penciled in as a starter. So taking advantage of those scout team reps has been huge.
Well, how crazy is it? 14 different O-line combinations so far through 5 games.
Yeah, certainly not what you expect going into any year, but that's kind of life in the NFL. I think the thing that's important to note that is that we have a super deep O-line, and we have a lot of guys that can play, a lot of different positions and play well. And I think there's a reason that you're able to kind of go in there and you're not worried about who's in there. We all trust each other. Everyone put into the work and the preparation all through OTAs and camp, and it's been exciting to see guys get a chance to play and and do well when they're out there.
You've been the one constant. You've been in there. Do you feel like you're getting better each game?
Definitely. I think anytime you're coming off injury and you don't know what to expect coming back into the year. And I feel like I've gained a lot of confidence every single week, and feel myself getting better every single week. So I've been, really excited with the way I've just been feeling better, and putting more good plays together and playing more consistently. I've been happy with that.
How much have you guys been focusing, and maybe specifically today in practice, just cutting down the penalties and creating third and manageable versus third and long?
Yeah, that's always something that's going to be a point of emphasis. Like any time that we cannot hurt ourselves, like we're going to be in an advantageous position. Because, we've shown some good things where we can move the ball efficiently, and the only thing that's been in the way is penalties. And once we can kind of cut those out, I think we'll see ourselves experiencing more success in offense and the success that we want to say.
How nice will it be to have at least Donovan Jackson back, and who knows, maybe Brian O'Neill as well.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Like two guys that I really enjoyed playing with. Donovan's done a great job. Obviously playing through injury, which is especially as a rookie, is super tough, and to see him go through that, it shows a lot about his character, and it was awesome to see him push through that and coming back and push himself to play. That's really awesome, and I think it kind of gives everyone else a little more juice. And obviously Brian, I've been a staple here forever. Love playing next to him, and I'm excited to get back next to him.
How much changes on your front, whether it's Carson or JJ?
Yeah, I think both guys have done a really good job. JJ being a younger guy and still kind of learning, experiencing, doing everything we can to help him. Carson's seemed to all played however many years, is 10, 11. It's fun playing with both guys, and whoever's out there is going to do a great job.